Hi, everybody. Welcome back to PTS Dan with
Dan.
Dan. There we go. Welcome back to Hotel Monaco.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beer
here.
garden. Beautiful day. So, wanted to talk about what's called points of failure, and this comes from NASA. So, NASA, whenever they do a project, they isolate the points of failure that will kill the deal. And Perseverance was launched to Mars a number of years ago. It's now on the planet doing its thing. It had 70 to 80 points of failure. They did a big documentary piece on the James Webb Telescope, which is the successor to Hubble, and it had 344 points of failure. And what what it got me thinking about is a sales call and points of failure. And what are the types of things that if you venture into and hit one of those points of failure are going to kill the deal, and regardless of anything else you do, how great your products and service are, it's going to end. So can you talk about what some of those points of failures are and things to think about in a sales conversation that are very detrimental to the process?
The really good news is, if we fail on a sales call, we don't die.
Right. We don't die. We get up and we do it again.
That makes
Yes.
a difference. Right?
Yes. Big deal.
So, figure out what you want your sales process to look like from start to finish. And there's certain things that the buyer should be required to do or give you before you move to the next step.
Yeah.
So, for example, in my world, after I found pain, we need to have a discussion on money before I give them a presentation, quote, proposal.
Sure.
And if they want that reversed, that's a no-go for me. Because I have learned from my mistakes that if you give a quote proposal presentation without discussing money first, you're going to lose.
Yes.
And so that is one of my points, right? You have to have that. I think at the end of the day, though, we don't have to be perfect at this.
Right. Yeah.
We just have to be really, really good. I don't know how many perfect sales calls I've run in my life, probably 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I always make mistakes. But on the really big key issues, it's my way or the highway, so to speak.
Well, the other thing you got me thinking about is sort of that the Sandler submarine approach, and if you hit those high points, personalize them, make them your own, that sort of thing. So an upfront contract doesn't have to be perfect each time. It needs to happen, though.
Right.
Budget needs to happen. Decision makers needs to happen. You don't have to be perfect in the presentation and the approach every time, but the conversation needs to go down in order for success to happen more often than not.
And then you have to have the guts to actually say that.
Yes.
So if the buyer is trying to pull you in their direction and you know that's not good for you, to have the courage to sit there and say no, 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 no. You know,
Yeah.
however that comes out, that's hard. And so you got to know that ahead of time.
Yeah, one of the things that Lee put on LinkedIn the other day, she was talking about the elephant in the room, and when you know the elephant's in the room, you better introduce the elephant, was the commentary. And so when you feel it, you need to say it, and you need to make sure you stick to your process.
That's hard.
Bottom line.
It takes courage.
Well, it takes courage, but there's so many things that can put us in a position where we're going to stray.
Yeah.
And we don't have that hard conversation. We don't ask the tough question, and off we go.
Agreed.
All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Have fun.